Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Inside the Mirror podcast. I'm your host, Kyle David, as always. This week, we got another special guest. I'm going to keep them coming all 2021. We've only had one guest so far, Stephanie Joannette, Uneeq, you know her. But ladies and gentlemen, today I got Dr. DJ Uneeq, the one and only. He
What's
DJs, he's on a podcast. If you're in Dallas and you're in the hip hop scene, you probably know Uneeq and you probably run into him at a show. Or you probably seen him spinning at a club or something. But today we got DJ Uneeq, my boy Uneeq. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, my man? I appreciate you having me, bro. I'm excited. Let's do this.
Yeah, man. So like I said, you're my second guest of 2021. I had Stephanie on here. She was the first guest. You know Stephanie.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. And she was a dope conversation, man. That chick has a lot going on in her brain. And so I was just thinking, okay, like, and I already thought of you in 2020. Like, you know, I'm talking to Jaime, and this guy gets me all jacked up on like, you gotta talk to Uneeq, bro. You gotta talk to Manny. Like, most of you listening don't know who Jaime is, but it doesn't matter. But anyways, I was thinking of like, who's good, like people that matter around here, like locally that matter, that like have good things to say that can help people and like have good conversations and aren't just like gonna sit there and just like, you know, just no offense, but like some people just sit there and like, you know, want to answer like question 1, question 2, and like they don't have any personality. They're really talented at like maybe music or art, but like they don't have much to say, right? Like they're just good artists. But like I know you like somewhat, and like you got stuff to say. Like you're not just like, yeah, I just DJ, thanks. Like you're like, no, let's talk about it. Like, you know. So thanks for coming on. That's the long-winded answer.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I mean, shit, you're about to hit like a year, right? Of you been doing this project?
2 years. In
2
May,
years.
It'll be 2 years. Yeah.
2 years in May. Okay, damn.
You're gonna be episode 69.
This one?
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, because I remember I would see that you did a couple or more than a couple with your dad, right?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So does your dad has his own podcast too, right? Or his own show that he does?
No, he does so my dad is a pastor, but he does like he'll put out sermons like online and stuff. And he does like life coaching, like consulting, and so like he's comfortable in front of a camera, basically. So like he seems like he has a show, and he should have a show, but he doesn't have one.
Oh man, that's cool though, man. That's
bro.
Cool, man. Because I remember I watched a few of the ones that, you know, when you and your dad would be going back and forth, and I was just like, man, this is like, it's like refreshing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it wasn't like, you know, you're sitting here talking about other things, but then like you were able to, like you and your dad were able to kind of bring everything back together. And like you said, like some like life coaching and stuff, like it was cool to actually, you know, like watch something that wasn't as like your typical podcast, your typical interviews with stuff like and with people and stuff. So I thought that was pretty badass, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. Like I said, like I wanna come on here. Like I don't make ad money. Like I'm not trying to monetize this. Like I just want to bring good people on here and have real conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just be all over the place, but like make points that people can be like, oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. You know, not just like ramble. Like actually in 5 years, if someone wants to like go back and be like, what were Uneeq and Kyle talking about? And be like, oh man, like that was some good stuff. Like it wasn't just like talking about this, and whatever else was in the sky. You know what I'm saying? Like real meaning. Like people need that stuff, man. People need to hear real conversations, especially in this time. Like anyway,
especially now, bro, especially with everything that's going on in the world, from shutdowns to, I mean, right now we're dealing with like icy weather and accidents and stuff like that. So, you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of change of scenery, some positivity in the world, you know, that's what we really need, man.
The world is so negative. Like I've been talking to people about that, and I want to get your perspective on this because I know like you have some opinions on life because you've been through some stuff. But like, what do you think about? But like I keep telling people like this, like the world is so negative, right? Like everybody's so divided. Like even since George Floyd, it's like you're either all with us, you're all against us, and then it's the election, and they're like you're either over here, I hate you or I love you. Like there's no middle. Like, bro, like why can't people, especially our generation, like why can't people just like be like, yo, I think you're an idiot for voting for Donald Trump, or I think you're an idiot for protesting for this, but like let's talk about it. Like come tell me like why you believe that. You know what I mean? Like why can't we listen to people anymore? Like why do we just, is it the internet? Like I'm trying to figure it out for real.
Man, you know, I'm 31, bro, so I've been able to experience like this generation and then like my generation and part of the previous generation. And like honestly, man, I think that the internet has had a little bit of an impact on how people view things, like, you know, because now it's so easy to go viral.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy for you to make a post and it, you know, gets thousands and thousands of shares, and then people capitalize off that. You know, but like I was talking to my brother about this. I was actually watching The Highwayman a couple of days ago, the movie about Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes, dope.
And at the end of the movie, they're showing, like, during the end credits, they show like pictures that they actually took. And it's crazy to think, like, nowadays you see all these artists, mostly rappers, like they're on Instagram, you know, or social media, they're flashing money, they're flashing guns, you know, the different types of guns that they have. Yeah. But when I was watching this movie, they're showing, you know, pictures of Bonnie and Clyde sitting in front of, you know, like a 1920 like Model T, you know, or a Model A, flashing Tommy guns, you know. Yeah. Or like if you look at like during the like the 20s, like, you know, Al Capone and them, bro, like they did that stuff. So I think the internet has just made it easier for people to access these things, because, you know, like, you think about it, bro, the 1920s, you know, that was 100 years ago, and people were posting, you know, in their suits with their fedora hats and Tommy guns in each hand in front of a nice ass Ford Model A or Model T, you know. So it's like, at some point in time, this was gonna just transcend into now being able to be seen by thousands or millions because of the internet. Yeah. So I mean, I think the internet has, you know, a little bit affected the way that people are, you know, because everybody feels entitled nowadays. Facts. You know, everybody feels entitled to their opinion, and then nowadays it's like, whatever you're entitled to, if somebody sees it the other way, now it's like, you're hating on me, or you're being prejudiced, or you know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, like, nobody can think for themselves now. Nobody can have their own thought. Like, you have to be a part, you have to be a sheep, you know what I mean? Like, and like me personally, bro, like, I tend to get into arguments and beef with a lot of people because, like, fuck that, bro. I don't know if I can cuss or not.
You say whatever you want. It's America.
Fuck that, bro. Like, I'm me, bro. Like, I don't care, like, about my close friends. They may have their views, stuff like that. That's cool. Do your thing, bro. But like, if I have my view, my opinion, bro, don't hate on me for what I think. Like, you know, like, am I supposed to automatically hate Donald Trump because I'm Mexican? No. But do I not like him because he did disrespect, you know, my culture and my people? Yes, of course, you know. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, man. I saw Donald Trump, you know, boost the economy, whether we like it or not. Yeah. That put money in my pocket. So, you know what I mean? Like, from that point of view, I can't hate on the man. But from him, you know, saying, oh, Mexico only sends rapists and illegals and shit like that, then fuck Donald Trump. Right. So that's kind of how I look at things, man. It's like, just like I said, bro, people are just, they feel so entitled to their opinion. And, you know, if you have 1,000 followers on Instagram, people feel like they're fucking influencer and they can say something and it's going to change the world, you know? And so, I mean, I kind of just went off for a second rant, but to answer your question, bro, the internet definitely has altered the state of, like, reality in a sense. Yeah, I totally agree. This is the thing, man. Like, I'm digging what you're saying, because, like, the podcast I even put out this past Tuesday, this week's podcast, I do a weekly podcast. This week's podcast, I was talking about balance, and, like, progress is made in the center when, like, people are able to listen to each other. Like, you don't have to agree, but, like, it's just a basic human decency of being like, yo, like, I'm gonna listen to you. Like, I think you're an idiot for voting how you voted, but, like, come talk to me and, like, tell me why you voted that way, because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have some good reasons. I don't think you do, but, like, I haven't listened to you yet, you know? Like, and like you said, like, people gotta, whether it's politics or anything, like, if you hate Donald Trump, like, tell me why. Like, let's talk about it, right? Like, okay, like, you're like, because I'm Mexican and that fool says some crazy stuff about Mexicans. So I don't like that. But I also am smart enough to know that, like, he's a human. So, like, he is also good and bad. All of us have good and bad in us, right? Like, people want to call it the yin and the yang or whatever you believe in. Like, there's good in us and there's bad in us, like, every person. But like you said, also the guy boosted the economy. So, like, I'll give him credit for boosting the economy, and F you for saying some crazy stuff about my people, right? Like, and just like on the other side too, people gotta be like, all right, like, I think Joe Biden can't barely speak. Like, this guy seems like he's senile, right? But, like, also on the other side, you got to look at it and be like, wow, the guy, like, his movement seems to be, like, uniting people, and, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Give him
He's
credit
more
where it's
compassion
due.
in his movement.
Right. So like knock him where you got to knock him, but like give him credit where you got to give him credit, for all people, not just these politicians. Like it's silly to just be like, I hate you and everything you ever stood for. You've never done a good thing ever. Screw you. You know what I mean? Like that's not even like logical. Like to think one person has never done a good thing or other person has only done bad things. You know what I'm saying? Like we just like to put people in boxes. Like it's
Yeah,
easy to
man.
be like F BLM, or like F anybody that's not with BLM, or like F. It's like, nah, we gotta listen to each other and be like, why do you feel that way? Is there anything
Yeah.
good there?
I mean, I'm not the most religious person ever, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, Satan was an angel at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you can go from good to bad, or you can also go, you know, go from bad to good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I have friends that, you know, they've had their share of, you know, stuff that they've done, and they've, you know, dealt with the consequences, like, you know, like prison time and stuff like that. And they've came out a changed person.
Right.
You know, they went in a bad person because of the environment. You know what I'm saying? They're just products of their environment. Then they go to prison, they realize certain things, you know, they start to, you know, read more and, you know, talk to other people that have, you know, like talking to like the lifers, you know, that'd be like, man, we've been here 30, 40 years. Like, you only got a 10-year sentence, you know, you need to change things around so that when you get out, you can, you know, so it's like, you can go from good to bad, or you can go from bad to good, you know? So like how you said, you can't just sit here and say like, somebody's just been a piece of shit their whole life. You know what I mean? Like at some point in time, you know, they might've been a cute little innocent kid, you know what I mean? Like, and all it took was them maybe wanting a piece of candy, and they stole that piece of candy because they wanted it. And then boom, now they're like, okay, I can just take whatever I want. As a kid, you know, maybe deal with some consequences, get grown up and be like, man, I shouldn't have been stealing, you know what I mean? And then you come out and you come out more of a, like a role model, you know? Because I have some of my OGs have been like that, you know, they've gone to prison, they've done their, you know, their sentence, and they come out and they're changed people. They're like reformed, as people would say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I don't think you could always say that somebody's just a piece of shit completely. You know, you got to look at the good and bad, like you said, bro.
Yeah, man. This is the thing, like, and you know this, like, life experiences shape you. So like as you get older, like you hit bumps in the road and you might like take a turn and like do some bad stuff for a little bit. And then you take another turn and you're like, all right, I need to fix some stuff. And then something else happens and like you might, you know what I mean? Like life is not just like a straight line. It's like boo, 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 like all over the place.
Yeah.
So we gotta like give people grace. Like, look, I don't know your story. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're judging people, like, yo, I don't know your full story. So before I like decide I hate you because you voted for Trump, like maybe like you were like molested by your parents and like you have this crazy story and maybe you're not even all right in the head. Like, let me talk to you first and like find out about your life before I judge you because of your Instagram post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And it's crazy too, man. Like going back to the whole internet thing, like internet has shaped perception to seem like it's a reality when it's really just a like it's an act, it's a facade. It's like, you know, like I'll use myself for an example, bro. Like when I got back into DJing, I had a bunch of people like, oh, okay, cool, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing, you know, hustle. I had other people being like, damn, bro, you've been out, you know, you haven't DJed in a long time, you know, you sure you want to do that? You know what I mean? And so I started telling people like, I'm DJing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you know, but then some people weren't taking me serious, bro, until I posted the very first flyer of me DJing a concert or like a club. And then like when I first posted, you know, my first club flyer, you know, everybody was like, oh shit, you're gonna be at a club, you know, come on, let me pull up, you know. And then after that, you know, I posted my first concert flyer, like, hey, I'm DJing my very first concert. You know, I'm gonna be the person providing the sounds for the whole night up until the headliner comes out. And then after that, then it was like, oh shit, you're DJing a concert, you must be big, this and this and that, you know. And it's just like, man, I'm just another local dude doing a concert. Like, you know, the internet shapes people's perception like crazy, bro. Like, man, I don't want to, you know, say names and disrespect people like that, but I know a ton of people, like artists that'll, you know, they use fake money a lot as props, you know. They'll go rent out a nice vehicle for like a week or so, and they'll post all week long, and then the next week there's something else, and then people are just like, oh shit, like, damn, you're in a Maserati, damn, you're in a Ferrari, you know, but they don't understand that it's like, it's just a rented vehicle for a couple of days.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that camera, bro, that camera changes everything, man.
It does.
Like, it's
That's the
crazy,
thing.
bro.
But I think that good, like, I respect you because you're authentic. Like, I've never seen you posted in a Ferrari that you rented, you know, like I've never seen you post anything that I'm like, this guy's faking it. You know what I mean? But like, people don't realize, especially artists, you got to realize, and just as people in life, like the truth will win in the end. You know what I mean? You could post in that Lamborghini all week, but like in 7 months, when you run into someone on the streets and they're like, yo, what's up with that Lambo? And you have to explain, or you got to lie, like the truth always wins, man. Like you can build a nice Instagram following and not have any career, right? Like you might just be good at like posting pictures that make people think something, but you don't make good music. You don't have a catalog. Like you actually have no traction in the city. Like no one wants to put you on a show, but you have a dope 7,000 on your Instagram. Like you said, perception is reality to people, but it's not the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like me, like I called out artists sometimes before, like not publicly, but I'll, you know, send them a DM or something. And I'm just like, man, sometimes artists will have 10K followers, right? But they can't even bring 10 people to a show.
Right.
So it's like, how'd you get these 10K followers? Did you spend $20 and bought them? You know what I mean? Because how can you have 10K followers, but then you're only getting 30 likes on your page, on your post, and then you're only having your homie come with you to the show, and that's because he brought you there. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm only saying this, bro, because I've seen it a million times.
Man, I know.
I've DJ'd all kinds of events, bro, from open mics to showcases to concerts to festivals. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've traveled other states and done shows and stuff. So it's like I see the real and I see the fake. Yeah. And you know, I'm just maybe because I'm a little older too, bro. Like, there's no point in me lying. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Because then what am I gonna do, bro? Whenever I see this hot ass chick at North Park, and she's like, "Oh, you're Uneeq. You have that fucking runt colored purple Lambo. You have it with you? Come on, let's go take a ride." And I'm just like, shit, my homie's actually about to pick me up right now. You know what I mean?
In a Jeep Wagoneer, the Woodside. You know?
Yeah, bro. So you know, I just realized, you know, and then my biggest thing, man, is when I was like figuring things out to get back into DJing, I was trying to figure out like how can I like put myself out there where like people will I'll catch attention. And I was trying to do all these different things, brainstorming, and then one day it just hit me, and it was around the whole time that, you know, Donald Trump was starting to run for president and stuff, and I was like, man, I'm Mexican. You know, like, why do I want to try to be something else that I'm not? And that's when I started, you know, man, I started, you know, every time I went out, I was wearing, you know, my merch. I was wearing like Mexico flag slides. I was wearing Mexico flag bandanas, you know, and like that's literally, bro, how I was able to get like my name in the city like recognized by people, because I would be out sometimes and people like, oh, that's you with the Mexico flags, you know. And then I got cool with all the artists in the city, you know, and it was in 2018, I think. K104 had an event. It was called Drip Fest at Gas Monkey, and I DJ'd up there. I actually DJ'd for DaBaby that day, bro, for his set.
Oh, really? That's dope.
Way before when he had probably like, I think my brother said at the time he had like maybe like 25,000 followers. Yeah. And like, it's just crazy to think, bro, like the perception that people were like, oh shit, you're DJing at a fucking festival for K104, you know? And then like now when I tell people like, yeah, I DJ for DaBaby back then, they're just like, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, like, you know.
There's always gonna be people that aren't on the train of like your vision, but like you've been hustling, and we've talked a little bit, like you're just working and grinding, and like me, like, and I haven't made music in a couple months because I'm focused on this, but like I don't play by other people's timelines, right? Like people are like, you can put out some more music, and I'm like, when I'm ready, like, you know what I mean? Like there's the grind, like you said, COVID, a lot of artists had to go get a job again, you know what I mean? Like people have this perception that like if you want to be an artist or a DJ or whatever, like you just like start doing it and then you get all these opportunities and then you blow up, and it's like that's so far from reality, bro. Like I did my first show in 2012 and like I still make music, and like I'm nowhere, you know, like I'm not a huge deal or anything, right? Like I learned how to gain some streams, I got some spot, but like, you know, it takes so much work and time to actually like build a huge career out of something like music specifically, you know what I mean? But like there's like the importance of just like you, like just keep doing it and keep working, and then an opportunity comes and you DJ for DaBaby, and people are like, oh, your career is blowing up, and you're like, you're like, no, this is a stepping stone. Like it's goes on my resume, right? And then it's the next thing, and then you just keep working. Like people, what do you think about like specifically artists who just like get pissed and give up, and you're like, bro, you've been doing like local showcases for like 12 months. Like, what did you expect to happen? You know, and like you said, you can't bring anyone to the show. Like I remember when I was first doing shows in Colorado, like the hip hop scene is not like it is here. Like it's small, right? It's Colorado, right?
Yeah.
But like for me, like you said, like I knew it just innately in me that like I had to bring my own people. And the promoters loved me because I'll bring 20, 30 people. Cause like I actually was like, yo, come see my show, like buy these tickets, right? Like not because I was great at the time, I was kind of trash, right? But like I could bring
You were
people.
grinding.
I was grinding, man, and like the promoter would bump me up in the lineup just because this guy brought 30 people, you brought 2 people, bro. Like it's not based
Now
on the
you just
music.
you went from like the second and third person. Now you're
Yeah,
headlining the open,
yeah,
even if you're headlining an open mic or a showcase, bro. Once again, the perception of it is like, bro, I can rock a show and I can bring 30 people. So
yeah.
fuck yeah, you need to put me as your fucking headliner, or maybe not your headliner, but put me at a certain point
We're
in
right
time
before
when,
the headliner.
like if this show is gonna be from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., put me on like at 12:30. Not too late because some people are, sometimes they'll leave. So man, put me on at like 12:30 when I know that there's 100 people right now, or 200 people, because I brought my 30 people, and then now there's a total of 130 people.
Yep.
And my people's energy is gonna rub off on their energy. I mean, on them.
Yep.
So now I have about 130 people turned up.
Yep.
And then that's how you make fans, bro. Like
Yep.
I think artists sometimes nowadays, because of the internet,
Yeah.
they don't go through certain steps in the grind just
Right.
because if you're an artist, especially if you're like a rapper and you make like trap music, you gotta flash guns, you gotta flash money, you gotta flash the drugs you have, and like the fancy things like cars and designer clothes, that makes people be attracted to you. But like some of those same artists that I know in the city that are, that they literally shop at nothing but Neiman Marcus and designer stores, they still can't bring a group of people to the show. The people that they bring with them are like their 3 or 4 homies, and they expect for them to get in free. But it's like, bro, how do you have 10 songs out and they all have 50K streams, but you can't bring 2-3 people to a show? Like, so I think artists sometimes they miss out on the grind, like, bro, when I got back into DJing, man, I was working a full-time 9 to 5. So I was working I was actually working 9 to 6, and I would get off work, go home, change, and I would either go to a studio or something, you know what I mean? I was literally I was probably sleeping maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day. Sometimes I wouldn't even sleep for like 2 or 3 days at a time, just because I was just in grind mode. I was like, I gotta get out of this fucking 9 to 5 job so I can do this shit full time. And like, man, I've done plenty of free shows, for cheap, just because I was like, man, I need to get my foot in the door, and that's something that sometimes people they expect, because I'm a rapper now because I make music. I deserve the same amenities that fucking DaBaby is having, or that fucking, who's Little Baby right now. You know what I'm saying? Big artists. Like, no, bro. Like you need to grind. Like you're seeing them pop, but you didn't see the things they were doing beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's the grind is important, man. It's essential, and that's how you really build a fan base and like that cult following, man. Is you get out there and you touch people, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Touch their hearts, have a conversation with them, win them over.
Yeah, bro.
That's the advice I give to artists all the time, man. It's like you gotta befriend people, man. You gotta make them like want to be like, hell yeah, that's my homie right there. I'm gonna show it to his fucking show, whether we talk once a month or once a year. But that's my homie because I had a cool ass conversation with him one time, and he's a cool ass artist, so I'm gonna go support him.
Bro, I believe in that so much, because I'm gonna say 2 things. First of all, like you said, these dudes and again, I'm not calling out names because it is what it is. But like, if you really are passionate and you want to commit your life to a career in music, you can't just make music and then spend your money doing fun stuff. You have to sacrifice. And that's why I think people don't realize, whether it's music or building a business or just like chasing your dreams, is a lot of people don't want to sacrifice, bro. They would rather spend that $500 on some Gucci belts than on marketing or on somehow making merch and selling merch and like touching the fans. Like you said, like stop spending the money on yourself and spend it on your career. You know what I'm saying? Like sacrifice.
Is it on marketing, bro?
Sacrifice.
Marketing is how people blow up, bro. Like,
yeah.
You know, like nowadays, bro, everything is so easy to get in, you know, being able to get in contact with people and stuff. Like, for some reason, I get ads on my Instagram all day, bro, about doing, I think it's like billboards where like you can get a billboard put up and it's like super cheap, or you can do like multiple locations for X amount of dollars. You know, it may literally be like a 2-second billboard, but it's like, man, if somebody's, if you're able to get your album, you know, flyer or whatever put on a billboard, like, if you know, obviously they're gonna tell you like, all right, look, it's gonna come out at this time, you know, on this date. Sure. And all you have to do is be right there, bro. And like when it pops up, boom, take a picture, take a video, and now you post it. And then once again, perception is like, bro, I'm on a fucking billboard. Yeah. You know, even though you paid for it, all people are gonna see is that you just posted a video of you on a billboard.
That's marketing. You have to take the time, and you have to take the time and the money, and again, sacrifice. Like nobody, I guarantee you, DaBaby's like, nah, man, I never sacrificed. Like it was just pretty easy. Like I guarantee, ask Lil Baby. Like I've seen some documentaries on him. Like did he just like one day just not work hard, just was chilling and smoking and making music, and someone was like, hey, we'll give you $10 million. He's like, oh, cool, man. Like no, these people sacrifice, bro. Like every big star has had to sacrifice and grind their face off. And like you said, sleep for 3 hours and then work a real job and then go to do your second job at night. Like that's what actual grind is. Everybody says they grind, but then they like party like 4 nights a week and like they barely do anything for their career. They just want to do a show every other weekend with their buddies. Like you said, like they bring no people. Like there's no sacrifice. If you don't experience like sacrifice and be like, shit, man, I haven't hung out with people in 6 months because I've been grinding my face off. Like if you don't feel that way, you're not grinding. You're not grinding. Bro,
you know, it's crazy. So it's funny you just said that like I don't hang out with people for 6 months. When you said that, bro, yeah, I actually got into not any like physical altercations, but I got into a few heated arguments with some of my friends, some of my like close friends, bro, like some of my homies, because they'll be like, hey man, let's go get a beer. And I'm just like, nah, I can't, I'm going to the studio. And they'll be like, man, you never want to hang out with the homies no more. And I'm just like, bro, hanging out with the homies is not gonna do anything for my DJ career, bro. Like me going to the studio and working with these artists and then being able to take their music directly, literally right fresh off the fucking Pro Tools, straight to the club, and then going chopping it up with my other DJ homies, or if I'm DJing the club and I'm playing music, like I'm breaking artists, like I'm working, you know. And so I got into it with some of my friends, bro, because they was always like, hey, come get a beer, come, you know, let's go get some drinks, let's go to the strip club. And I'm like, bro, you literally call me 4 or 5 times a week to go out with you, but every single time that I'm DJing, you're not able to make it.
Come show support. Come support me.
Yeah, so I'm just like, bro, like I'm not gonna go get a beer with you that I'm gonna have to pay for myself. Not that I say that I want somebody to pay for it, you know, but it's like, so you want me to go with you, get a beer, but then that beer is gonna turn into 2, 3, 1 shot, 2 shot. Now I'm sitting here 2 hours later with like a $200 tab and I didn't do anything.
It literally put you backwards in your career. You have less money. You didn't invest the time. So now you're like 2 steps back. And for what? In the name of like a night of fun, going out with the boys. Like once you get to a certain age, you realize like, if you're like really one of my people.
I want that money, baby.
Right. And like, you can't get that money unless you put in the work, right? Like no one's just falling into piles of money. So like supporting your friends, in my opinion, once you get older, is like, supporting your friends is sometimes going, yeah, I understand you can't kick it, man, because I know what you're doing and I love you and I support that, right? Like maybe I have to sacrifice and not kick it with my friends all the time because I know they're grinding. And when we hit it big, then we'll all reconvene and party it up and do whatever we need to do to be like, we made it. But until then, like support is like knowing, like, because it's selfish to be like, come out with me every night, bro, and take away from your career. And like, you're so selfish for wanting good things for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like be like, yo, man, I'm gonna go get a beer, but like, do your thing. Like, I believe in you. You know, like that's love. Like that's what friends need to do, is support their people that are chasing their dreams and be like, yeah, go get it, man. Like, I'll see you in 6 weeks. Like, let's get a beer in a month or something. Like, just let me know when you're free. That's love, right?
Yeah, bro. Or I even tell my boys, like, bro, pull up to my gig and have a beer with me there. Like,
there you go.
9 times out of 10, bro, when you know, being a DJ, you have your perks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Sometimes like I get, on top of me getting paid, I'll get like a bar tab or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, sometimes I don't care to drink. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what I'll do is like, if, let's just say a club is paying me and then they still give me like, there was a bar that I was DJing at in Little Elm.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they were paying me ridiculous amounts of money to be there Thursday nights. And they were giving me $100 bar tab every Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was doing was I was using my bar tab. So whoever showed up to show me love,
Smart.
hey, here's a shot, or here's
Smart.
a beer, or here's
Smart.
a drink. You know what I mean? Like, so now and it sucks to think like some of the people that were gonna go do like come and see me, like I was like, damn, I have to reward you with something to come and see me. Like, bro, we're homies. Like, you're supposed to pull up regardless of, you know,
Right.
and support me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's how it's supposed to. Well, that's how it's supposed to be. But like,
in the perfect world,
if you're my homie and you're telling me like, yeah, bro, do your thing, keep grinding. Like, you want to show up, just like that's how I am, bro. Like, bro, I show up to all kinds of places to show people love, just because I'm like, even if I'm there for 5 minutes, you know, I know that people sometimes are going to be, you know, appreciative just for me to show up to their event, shake their hand.
Yeah.
Hey, rock out, bro. Do your thing. I got to go. But I just wanted to show up real quick, you know, and it's like, damn, bro, you drove over here. You paid your $10, $15 to get in just to say what's up to me, just so that I can see that you showed up.
Yep.
That's love. You know what I mean? So, and I mean, don't get me wrong, bro. I got a lot of people that show me love and support me. I'm trying to sound negative. I don't have no love, you know, but it's always like the people that don't show you love are the ones that make it more difficult than the people that do show you love. You know what I mean?
And people don't understand, like what you said right there is so key, bro. And I understand it. But what people don't understand is like, you have to get out there in anything, whether you want to build anything. If you want to go build an app, go get around app people and go shake some hands. Like, you know me, like the first times I saw you in person, besides at the Rio the one time, is I showed up to the Blex shows because I knew like I need to meet these people. That's where I met Stephanie, right? That's when I met Camp Bond for the first time. Like that's where I met like I can't even remember all that, like FLL, like all these dudes that now I'm like they know me, I like them, like we talk, like they're cool dudes. Because I just came out, like I'm not from here. I just paid the $20 for the ticket, showed up at the Pink Lounge. I'm like, I don't know what this place is, right? But like
you were
said,
in the hood too, huh?
And I'm the white guy. Like they're like, I'm this little bouncy white guy with all this energy, it's like shaking everybody's hand. But like people respected that, you know what I'm saying? And like I built a couple good relationships with some dudes that are like good dudes, man. Like, and you don't know what's gonna happen when you just show up to places and like don't ask for nothing. That's the thing, is like when you give more than you take, like you win, you know, like when you just go and like support people and you don't ask for opportunities and be like, okay, now that I showed up, like, can I get on a show? Or like, you know what I mean? Like just give people, bro. Just give and give and give, and then work on your craft in private, and then give and give and give. And then eventually the opportunities come to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And then sometimes too, bro, like how you said like that, right? Like whenever somebody finally does put you on a show, all they know is Kyle, super supportive, dude that shows up and shows love. Yeah. But then whenever he gets on the stage, you're like, holy shit, I didn't know that fucking Kyle had a fucking energy like that to perform. I didn't know he had music like that. Like I just know Kyle, the person, you know, and like that's how I've been with a lot of artists sometimes, bro. Like I've had artists that like they would literally show up to all of my gigs for like a week or two straight. And then I felt like almost obligated, like, man, I have to play your record now, bro. Like I have to play it because you're fucking spending $10 7 times in a matter of 2 weeks. That's $70 out of your own pocket that you spent just to come and say what's up to me, show me some love, and then you buy me a beer, or you buy me a shot or something, you know what I mean? So now I was like, bro, the least that I can do is play your record. But then in reality, when I play that record, bro, it didn't do nothing for me to play it. You know what I'm saying? But whenever that person's in that club or in that bar and they hear their song, they're like, bro, that's my song. That's my song that everybody here is listening to, bro. You know, and it makes that artist feel good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then, bro, the saying your network is part of your net worth is literally like, it's so true. It's so accurate, bro. Like me, the way that I was able to get connected into the scene, bro, is when I decided I was going to start DJing again, I literally started looking into like, okay, all the DJs in the city. You know, I did my research and I put together my hit list, basically. Same. And I was like, all right, all these DJs are going to be, you know, I got a list of like 20 top DJs that I see everywhere now. Cool. I see where they're at, bro. For like probably maybe like 4 months, maybe 5. I literally was going out every single night, Monday through fucking Monday. I would hit up 3 to 4 spots. And so I knew so-and-so was here on Mondays. All right. And then, so I try to see like within that radius, you know what I mean? Like within 10 miles, how many DJs can I fucking go visit in a matter of an hour? And I did that every single day, bro, for like probably maybe 4 to 5 months. And that's how I became cool with people. And then next thing I know, you know, I'm just sitting there like, at first I go, hey, what's up? My name is Uneeq. I'm a DJ. I just started getting into it, whatever. Next week, hey, what's up, man? My name is Uneeq. I'm a DJ. I don't know if you remember me or not. Here's a beer, or what you drinking? That third week, it's like, oh yeah, I remember you. What's up, man? You know? And then little by little, bro, I would like just kind of sitting there trying to have a conversation with them. And then I'm just sitting there in the DJ booth. And then the DJ would be like, you say you DJ, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I got to go take a piss. So can you just play this next record, you know? I'm like, yeah, I got you. So then that's literally how I got into the scene, bro, was smart. I would mix one song in, and then I keep going back. And then next thing you know, the DJs, they'd almost kind of be like taking advantage of the fact that I was there. Because they'd be like, hey, you want to mix really quick? I'm going to go to the restroom and I'm going to go talk to some people. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to DJ for 10, 15 minutes. Let me show you what I can do. And then it went from that DJ being like, hey man, I got another gig that's paying me more. You want to do this one for me tonight? And I'm just like, of course I do, bro. Like, I'm trying to get in the scene. And like within 6 months, bro, that's how I was able to like get into the scene. People know me. And like now, bro, I mean, there's maybe not now because of the pandemic, but prior to, bro, there's so many places that I could go. I never waited in line. I never even had to show my ID, never paid. Like I just literally would walk up to the front door, say what's up to the bouncer. He puts the wristband on and then, you know, come on in, just because I was a person that was going around shaking hands with everybody, bro. Like when I got there, I shook hands with the security and the bouncers. And then I shook hands with the person that's charging me at the door. Then I went and shook hands with the bartenders and I was tipping them nice, you know? And it's like, at the end of the day, when those people see me come in, they're excited to see me because they know that I'm gonna at least bring a little bit of joy by saying, hey, what's up? How are you? You know, or the bartenders are gonna be like, oh, hell yeah, here comes Mr. 40%. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. Hey, I got your Dos Equis and your fucking shot of Crown right here, ready to go before you even get to the bar. You know? So
it's relationships, man. Like
relationships and grind, like, bro.
Nothing matches grind and having actually having love for people. Like when you show up and people are like, after, like you said, after 3 or 4 months, they're like, this guy's not faking it. Like he's actually a cool dude. He actually is a good guy. Like he's not trying to take from us. He hasn't asked us for nothing. He just shows up, says what's up, and is nice to everybody. Like I'm telling you, bro, and you know this. And I try to tell people, like, what's the most important thing in life is being a good person. And when you be a good person, it helps whatever you're trying to do, whether it's build a business, whether it's trying to be a rapper, like whatever it is. If you work on being a good person first and then work on your craft, like good things will happen because people like to help good people. They don't want to help you if you're a jerk. Like you may have some dope tunes, but everybody can make dope music, bro. Like it's less about making dope music anymore because a lot of people make dope music. It's like, who makes dope music but is like a good person that people want to end up helping? Then you get fans that want to support you because they're like, this dude makes dope music, but like I've interacted with him on like Facebook Live, or like I saw him at a show and like he's a cool dude. So like now I want to support him because he's a good guy too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just make dope music, you're competing with millions of people. If you make dope music and you're a really good person, now you're competing with way less people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. I mean, like being a piece of shit is not gonna get you far, bro. Like, thanks. You know, it may with some women because that's how they like their guys. You know what I mean? But even then, that's
I don't want those women.
Even then, that's not gonna give you the relationship that you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is that you want. Like, so I mean, and then I'm thankful to say that I was raised by both my parents. You know, and they're still together. So I was able to learn a lot from them being, married and together. And then them both, ultimately being good people. And, of course, since I'm their son, I guess I got the good people gene, But like, I've learned that, bro. Like, it's just, it doesn't ever hurt to say what's up, shake a hand, you know, extend the arm out first to shake somebody's hand. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it's just like it's a bunch of things, but ultimately, bro, it's just really being like a good person and a hard worker. You know, that definitely gets you far. I mean,
Yeah.
it hasn't gotten me to where I want to get, but it's gotten me a lot closer to where I want to get. Being that, opposed to me being like a total dick and just being like, nah, I don't want to DJ a little fucking showcase. I don't want to DJ a little open mic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah,
because you
come
never
on
know
with
the
it, let's
guy
go.
that's about to blow that you just brushed off, and like he was next up, and now you're like, oh man, I was not a good person, and now I screwed this opportunity, right? Like, just being a good person is so underrated. I think this, man, like everybody, at least like when you're younger, like getting into music, you know what I mean? Like when I was younger and like started doing shows, like everybody seemed to think that like respect comes from like being hard, right? Like the harder you are and the more you don't talk to like the little guys that are new to the scene, like, you know, like I'm OG, I've been doing this for a couple of years, I always go before the headliner. Like that type of attitude doesn't last very long. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't garner respect. Like some kids that are like little kids will be like, oh yeah, respect that guy. But like guys like me, I was like, I don't respect that. Like I think that being a good person in the long run, like being a good guy, like you don't have to be like a simp, you know, you don't have to be weak, but like you could be a good person and be like, this is me, like I'm a good dude, like I'm gonna be good to everybody. Like that's how people really respect you in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when you start interacting with like Vega, like people that actually like are business people and they don't care like that you're hard and like some kids in the street think you're hard. Like he wants to know, like, are you a good dude? Like, do you do good business? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or do you have it together? Or are you just some dude that thinks you're hard and you're cool because you sound good with some pitch correction? You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get into like, once you start leveling up in business and life and music and start interacting with people that like are really making moves, they don't care if you like stand in the back and think you're hard. Like they want to know, like, are you legit? Like, are you a good dude? You do good business? Have you put in the work? Like, you know what I'm saying? So those are the things that matter. Like you said, is like actually grinding, like thinking as a business person and not like as an 18-year-old anymore. Like put down the cup, like let's stop sipping and like let's be about our business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like when I've met Vega, bro, I got introduced to him by my boy Tico, and it was because he was gonna be performing at one of Vegas's like competition events at Trees, and so since I was gonna DJ for my boy, you know, I went to I think it was like the day or two before the show, like a little, you know, meeting to, you know, so everybody can kind of talk amongst themselves and get to know each other, and he can basically give everybody the rundown all at once. You know, this is way before Zoom and shit, you know. So and so when I was there, bro, this is probably like 3 years ago. And so when I was there, I introduced myself to him, and then my boy introduced me to him. And first thing I told Vega was like, man, I'm a DJ, bro. I was like, let me DJ one of your shows. I'll fucking do it for free. It doesn't even matter. Let me help you with something. Let me be your stage manager. Let me be your host or something, you know? And he started like laughing, bro, because he was just like, God damn, like this kid just wants to fucking be here, you know?
Hungry.
And like fast forward a couple years later, bro, like now I'm getting paid a nice amount to do concerts, you know what I'm saying? Like next Friday on the 19th, I think it is, something like that, I'm DJing for Dizzy Wright.
Yeah.
At the end of the month, you know, he's doing a 2-day festival at Trees in Deep Ellum. Next month in March, I think it's I think it's Twista. I'm doing another show for Jay Stone from All Money In, one of Nipsey Hussle's artists, you know, and this is crazy, bro. Like last year, right before everything shut down in February, I DJ'd for Mya at Trees, bro. That was fucking
I saw a video
insane,
from that,
bro. You know, and a few weeks before that, I hosted for Ginuwine at House of Blues. You know what I mean? Like I got to introduce Ginuwine, bro. Like, you know, it's crazy to think, like, man, bro, I'm really getting paid to do this, but it really all just started off of trying to build a relationship with somebody, you know, a business relationship, and just being like, and then ultimately, you know, being a good person, you know, not being a fucking dickhead, you know, I'm still able to do shows with him, you know, because I'm sure if I was like a fucking dick and I was like hard to work with, he'd be like, bro, I'm not gonna fucking pay you what I'm paying you to fucking complain and shit like that. Like, you know, because there always is gonna be somebody, bro, is gonna do it for cheaper. It may not be the quality, but there are some people that will do it for cheaper that do have quality because they're trying to put themselves out there and they've been practicing, so they're ready to show their skill. You know, that's how I was, bro. Like I would tell people all the time when I first got into DJing, like, man, I'll DJ your club for free. You don't have to pay me anything. If you want to throw me something at the night, cool. I just want to be able to DJ this club. I just want to be able to do a set. I just want to be able to put a flyer out saying, oh, DJ Uneeq's going to be at fucking Status, one of the best clubs in Dallas. You know what I mean? Or, oh shit, DJ Uneeq's going to be fucking DJing this entire Mya concert. Or, you know, DJ Uneeq's hosting for Ginuwine, you know? And then once again, like that perception, it makes people think like, oh shit, you're doing this? Like, yeah, come fuck with me. Come pull up to the show. Come show some love. You know what I mean? Like, I may fucking shout your name out in the middle of the show because I see you in the crowd when I see you get there.
Yeah.
You know, and like now you'll be sitting there like, damn, like 500 people just heard me get called out. Like, say what's up. Like, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, things like that, bro. Like,
but it's like you've given and given, like you do. You've worked for free. Like you've told people, I'll do this. I'll DJ while you go to the bathroom. I'll do free shows for you. Like Vega, I'll be the stagehand. Like you give and you give and you give and you give. And you eventually get to a place where like you're able to give back to people. Like you said, like, I'm gonna play your record in the club. I'm gonna shout you out when I see you in the crowd. Like when you give, you get to a position where like you receive more so you can give more. You know what I'm saying? Like if you always give more than you take, like you win, you know, like you're giving more than you're taking from the club. Like from these DJs, you're like, you're not taking nothing from them. You're helping them. You're just giving and giving. And then you receive opportunities. And then you're giving back to like the artists and to the people you see. And like, it's so funny how like when you give more than you take, like you end up getting more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. And I mean, ultimately too, bro, if you're like on a grind and you're on a hustle and you're giving, you're staying busy. Like for example, like me, bro, I have really bad depression. Like my anxiety fucking kills me sometimes. You know what I mean?
I wanted
like,
to talk about that. Yeah.
There's even times where like I have like my bipolar disorder kicks in. You know what I mean? Sometimes randomly, you know, and like that was also another reason why I would always stay busy, bro. Is because like I didn't want to just sit at home and think, you know, like what if I was to go out here and introduce myself? I was like, fuck it, you know what I mean? Like I was going through a lot of shit when I got back into DJing. Like DJing actually like saved my life, bro. Like I was going through depression, like suicide and all that stuff, bro. It was all you know in the mix, and music and DJing is kind of like what saved me, bro. So like to me, staying busy was good for my mental health because I didn't have time to fucking think about the fucked up things that happened to me in the past. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have to think about my relationship, my previous relationship with my ex, of, you know, the things that was going through our relationship that made me go into this depressing state. You know what I mean? So it's like, this shit was good for my health, my mental health, bro. And then, you know, it made me not good for my liver because I was drinking a lot, you know, because, you know, when you're going to visit like 3-4 DJs a night, bro, like, you know, and then once you get cool with them, bro, it's like, oh, let's get some fucking Mexican candy shots. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know the life, bro.
But yeah, bro, like I that's one of the biggest things for me. And like I'm super thankful and happy, you know, because music was my escape. And like the grind, bro, like now I sit back and think, and I'm like, I can sit back and smile, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, this is cool. Like these past couple years, you know what I mean? Like last year, bro, I did my first show in LA, and it was crazy to think like I was actually just talking about this last night with one of my buddies. Like if the show was on Friday, Thursday night, I had a gig. I got home probably like about 3:30. I literally came home, took a shower, changed, and got back on the road to get dropped off at the airport because I had a 6 a.m. flight to LA. So I landed in LA, and then, you know, one of my boys that lives out there, you know, I was kicking it with him throughout the day. Then I go do the concert in LA. I finish that. I go back to his crib, my boy's crib. I take a shower and I change, and then he takes me back to the airport because I had a 6 a.m. flight Saturday morning back to Dallas. And then when I got back to Dallas, bro, I had to set up sound for aeronautics show, and then in Grand Prairie, and then I went to Fort Worth for a Duke Deuce concert for Sidebar Management. You know, shout out to my boy Courtney. And so it was like now, bro, I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, man, in a matter of 3 days, I was in 3 different cities, you know, doing what I love to do, and I was getting paid. I was like, I really got fucking flown out to LA. You know what I'm saying? It was literally, a paid trip to LA, you know what I'm saying, to DJ a show. Like, that's fucking badass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that brings joy to me, bro. And so, like, ultimately, bro, the grind and the hustle pays off, bro, and it ultimately is good for your mental health, bro, because it's cool to sit back and just like see everything that you've done and be like, damn, I did that shit. That shit was badass. You know what I mean? Like, I have a reason to be happy because I did this. You know what I mean? Like, to me, bro, happiness is like DJing concerts and seeing, or clubs and seeing people fucking vibing and having a good time. Like, damn, I'm literally controlling whether it's 5 people or 500 people or 1,000 people. Is like, I'm literally controlling them right now. Like, it's kind of crazy to think that you can control somebody like that.
You can.
But it's like, it's kind of cool, you know, like sometimes, bro, when I'm DJing at clubs, you know, especially before the pandemic, like I'm in the DJ booth is usually overseeing everything.
Right.
And it's like, holy shit, there's literally all these people at the bar ordering shots because I'm playing the right songs.
Right.
There's all these girls throwing ass right now because I'm playing the right songs. You know what I mean? Like,
he meant that in the most pure way.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's all these dudes, like, you're
setting the tone. You're setting the vibe.
Yeah, they went from standing like this in against the wall to now they're just like, yeah, hell yeah, this is my song. This is 100 shots. You know what I mean? Or like whatever, bro. Like, to me, that's probably like the most rewarding thing ever, bro. Like, it isn't even really about the money, honestly. It's just about like that feeling, bro. That feeling of like, it's like, damn, I'm even though I'm here by myself in this DJ booth, I'm not by myself because there's all these people here having a good ass time because of me. Like, you know,
bro, it sounds to me, this is my perception of you, this is my own opinion. It seems to me in our interactions and just like watching you, talking to you, is that like you value, like you care about people, right? Like, I think from my opinion, like the reason you get happiness from this is not just because the music makes you feel good, but because you like seeing other people happy and being able to play a part in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're not just like a selfish dude. Like, that's my vibe from you. I've never got that vibe that you're just like all about yourself. You know, like you've always been genuine. You were nice to me the first time you met me up at the restaurant. You know, like you're just like, yeah, man, what's up? Tell me about yourself. Like, you always been a good dude, and like that's why I like to circle back to these things in this podcast. Is like, that's something I think you should give yourself credit for, dude. Is like, you're a good dude, man. Like, you're not just like out here just trying to make it for yourself. Yeah, man. And it's rare. Like, it's unfortunate that it's rare, but like, we need people like you in music. We need people like you just like in life to like be like, look, I want to do stuff that like makes other people smile and like brings joy to other people. Because it's just so many people, most of us in America are just trying to bring joy to ourselves. And that never works. You know what I mean? Like, if you only try to feed yourself and make yourself happy, you'll never be happy. But like, when you know how to like do what you love and do something that also makes other people happy, that's like the ultimate win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Like, well, like, I think the biggest reason for me why I'm more of like a nurturing person is like, I was always raised, like, my dad always raised me like, you know, you're the man of the house, you know, so if you have a girlfriend or a wife, like, you have to be the provider, you have to be the person that takes care, you know, you have to. And then my mom, you know, she's also like that, you know. And then I was raised by my grandma and my aunt, you know, because my parents would like, they would go to work at like 4 a.m. and shit, like work like, you know, long days and shit to be able to provide for like me and my brother, you know, a nice house, whatever we need, you know what I mean? So as a little kid, I always like, I was the only child for like 8.5 years, and I had really bad asthma when I was a little kid, bro. So like, there would be times where I wouldn't go to school, like during the winter time, bro. I wouldn't even go to school because going out in that cold, bro, would just activate my asthma. And so I never got the chance to play like pee-wee football. You know what I'm saying? I never got to do sports like that. But the way that my parents kept me like without being mad, you know, every time we would get, you know, when we'd be like in elementary school, when, you know, you get like flyers like, hey, come try out for pee-wee football. You know, I come home and I'm like, mom, dad, I want to go fucking play football. Like, come on, dad, you fucking watch the Dallas Cowboys every Sunday. I want to go be Michael Irving. You know what I mean? And they'd be like, you can't do that. Like, you have asthma. Like, you fucking start running, you're gonna fucking need your inhaler on the field, you know?
Yeah.
So my parents, their way of like keeping me satisfied was giving me what I wanted. Like, when I was little, bro, I had the Super Nintendo, I had the Nintendo 64, I had all the video games. And I learned to be like, man, you know, I'm being given all these things, so I shouldn't be too bad of a kid to my parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go to the mall and I'm just like, hey, mom, I want this. Okay, cool, let's get it. you know, and then being raised by women, you know, also, you know, women are naturally nurturers.
Yeah, bro.
And caregivers, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of what helped me, you know, being raised by my grandma and my aunt, like to be more giving, you know what I mean? Like it's helped me. And like now that you're telling me this, bro, I'm like, shit, I'm glad that's how I was raised, bro. Cause it's cool. Like you said, you know, it's cool to be told that like, oh, you know, you're a good dude.
Yeah, man. Like the way, it's funny because like the way I was raised is similar, like really, really good parents, man. Like we didn't have a ton growing up, like, but I didn't need a ton. But like my parents gave me love. Like they always made me feel like I didn't, like even when like now looking back, I knew there's times where like there was financial struggles, but I didn't know it because my parents always made me feel secure. You know, like they always took care of me, always was food, always a roof, like always had like new jeans if I needed it. Like not very many, but like they made sure I was
essentials.
Good. The essentials were always there, and they always showed me love, like over everything. Like they always taught me like just be a good person, like love other people. And like now I'm like I owe so much to them. And like sounds like the same to you, like we owe so much to the people that raised us, because a lot of people, unfortunately, I don't really blame a lot of people for how they are, because like you said earlier, a lot of people are products of their environment, man. They didn't have both parents. They grew up in like a drug infested area. Like all they knew was a gangbang. Like that's a real thing, you know, like, so bringing it back to what we were talking about earlier, like we got to be compassionate to people and realize like not everybody had a good upbringing. Not everybody had everything they needed growing up. So like some people are jaded. Like go have conversations with people before you start hating each other. You know what I'm saying? Like back to the earlier point. You got to have conversations with people. You can't just hate somebody and you don't even know anything about them. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. Like the whole stereotype is fucked up, man. Because like I'll tell people, you know, even before I was DJing, just whenever I was just out there, you know, doing my thing, you know, if I met somebody, you know, oh, where you from? I'm from Plano. Automatically think, oh, you're some fucking rich ass little white kid, you know, even though you're Mexican, your parents are probably rich as fuck. You probably have like a 745 sitting in the parking lot. And I'm like, man, little do you know that Plano has an east side. That it's not, I don't want to say that the east side is like poverty stricken,
but it's not the west side.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not the west side, bro. Like it's not central or west Plano. You know, on the east side, you know, you have more of a Hispanic, the more Hispanic people. More black people, and some of the white people that live on the east side aren't as financially stable as the people on the west side. You know, and then I would tell people sometimes like I would fuck people's head up, bro. Like when I would tell somebody like, yeah, I'm from Plano, they're like, oh, you're probably some rich ass kid. Where you from? They're like, I'm from Oak Cliff. I was like, damn, you must be poor, huh? And people would get mad, bro. People would
like, you just did that to me.
And they would get upset, and they're just like, they're like, why are you getting upset? I just thought of you as a rich person. I was like, why though? You know what I'm saying? Like, just you heard Plano, you thought, oh, rich. So it's like some people hear Oak Cliff and they're just like, yeah, you know, just to let you know, like, even though you were trying to stereotype me in a positive way, it's still not right to stereotype somebody. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then like, or sometimes, bro, like when I tell people like I'm from Plano, they're like, for real? Like I could have sworn you're probably from like Oak Cliff or like Pleasant Grove, like somewhere in the hood. You know, just because I guess I give off that vibe, you know, because I listen to hip hop. I was raised by hip hop, bro. I'm super influenced by hip hop. So
you
it's
can
like
relate to people. You're not scared of people that are from tough places. That's the thing. Like a lot of people are scared of people that they don't understand. Like not me, man. Like I said, I'll come to the Pink Lounge and like I don't care. Like I'll be wherever it's at. But a lot of people can't do that. They get scared by people they don't understand. You know what I mean? Like if they're from like West Plano, they don't understand people that like grew up in the actual projects of Pleasant Grove. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be scared of people that are different than you. That doesn't help in life.
And then like with DJing too, man, I don't want to sit here and say that like I'm good everywhere because I haven't been everywhere. But like, man, there's a lot of places in the DFW that some people aren't allowed to go or wouldn't want to go. But I'm good, bro. Like I can go to East Fort Worth and stop 6, you know, where it's bad. And I show up to the apartment complexes, bro, and it's love. It's, oh, what's up, Uneeq, man? What's up? You know, or I pull up to Oak Cliff or I pull up to Pleasant Grove. I'm in South Dallas off of fucking MLK and Malcolm X. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, what's up, Uneeq? You know what I mean? Like, because I've always, you know, basically
been a good person.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I've never tried to hoe nobody. So it's like, man, he's not that bad of a dude, you know? And it's crazy because sometimes, bro, when I'm in some of these places where it's like a little more, I guess, dangerous, you know, I'm protected. Like these people are looking out for me before I'm even looking out for myself. You know what I mean? Like there was one time where I was in an apartment complex in a certain place in the DFW, you know, and some shit started happening. And it was just like the people that I was there, you know, showing up to say what's up to, and you know, it was an artist who was doing a music video. And so I showed up to the video and some shit started popping off. And like him and his homie were like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was you, I'd probably start taking off. Or, you know, something's gonna pop off here in the next maybe second to a couple of minutes. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here thinking like, they didn't have to tell me that. They could have been trying to prepare themselves for what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? But because I've looked out for them and I'm a good person, I guess, you know, they're just like, you know, you shouldn't be around. You shouldn't be here in the possible crossfire of what's about to happen.
Right. They were looking out for you.
And so, I mean, that kind of goes back to, you know, like you said, bro, just being a good person.
Being a good person. Bro, I'm probably going to name this episode, like, Be a Good Person with DJ Uneeq. For real. Like, it all comes back to it, man. Like, think how many times we've, like, come back to, like, oh, yeah, that was, like, just being a good person. Oh, yeah, like, I have a good DJing career now because, like, I was a good person. Like, I worked hard and was a good person. Like, it's, like, this crazy thing where people they think there's, like, these secrets of success, and you gotta, like, go take this course or like read this book and do a bunch of mantras and meditate for 10 minutes. And then like, nah, bro, let me tell you the secrets to success. Work hard, be a good person, repeat, do it over and over, keep working hard, keep being a good person, keep working hard, keep being a good person. Guess what? In a couple of years, good things will happen. Like that's how it works, man. People overcomplicate it. They just don't want to work hard and they don't want to be a good person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, it's just so crazy, like how you're saying, like it's literally those two things are like huge keys to success.
Yeah, bro.
And it's free. It's free too. It doesn't cost you a dime to be a good person. I mean, it might cost you some money sometimes to be a good person, but I mean, like,
but you're doing,
you know,
the right
ultimately, being a good person is free, and working hard is free. Like you don't, like you said, you don't have to go to fucking, you know, the Galleria to this, you know, and pay to go into this one exclusive store that they're giving you an exclusive how to become successful tutorial for like $5 million. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. Like, just work hard and stay on your grind. Like, you know, it's funny because so on our podcast that I have, that
Plug
I'm on,
what's the name of it? Plug it. What's the name of it?
Premier Live Radio. Shout out to Priscilla J and Sammy G, and our new host, DJ TZ and Sadie. One time I forgot what we were talking about, bro. But you know who SPM is, right?
Absolutely.
So SPM has a song called "Stay on Your Grind."
South Park Mexican for all you listeners that don't know who SPM is.
So I mean, my bad, bro. I was gonna ask. You know what I mean? Like,
some people don't know, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Some people just have no idea who SPM is.
Gotta educate the people.
And so, he has a song called "Stay on Your Grind," and I forgot what it was that we were talking about. And it literally, bro, I literally just was like, "Stay on your grind." Like that's how the song is sung. And it's funny because, my bad, you probably hear my dog shaking her ears right now. Like after that, bro, like we would like be randomly talking just like about something, or we would have a guest. And then now it was just like naturally, bro, it's like second nature. Like one of us would be like, "Stay on your grind, stay on your grind." And now it's like, now it's funny, bro, because now like in our group chats, if we say something, you know, somebody will respond with literally just hashtag "stay on your grind." You know, and it's so funny, like now that we're talking about, you know, everything, and it's literally like, bro, just be a good person and stay on your grind. Like you can't fail that way. Like,
nah, bro, that's like that's literally like the best advice you could give someone that's trying to, like, again, be a rapper, build a business. I know people that are trying to become artists, like actual like painting artists, and like whatever it is you're trying to do, like chasing your dreams, like work really hard and be a good person. Like that's the best advice you could get. That's the best advice I ever got.
And then most importantly, just be you.
Yeah, man. If you're being if you're being a good person and you're faking it, you're not being authentic. Like you said, like if you're inauthentic, the truth always wins. If you're not a good person and you're just acting like it, the truth will come out eventually. The truth is undefeated, bro. The truth is undefeated.
Yeah, bro. Like I actually have a shirt that I made, and it says "Be you, be unique," and it has a barcode on it. So like if you were to scan it, there's not going to be a price that comes up on it. because you know, when you're yourself, you know, you are unique. You know what I mean? Like, and it's crazy because like when I introduce myself to certain people, bro, like matter of fact, last night I was filming for a show that I'm going to be on. It's called Spin Me. It's gonna be dope, bro. I can't give you too many details, but when it drops, it's gonna be dope.
Okay.
And I was doing like my first taping and stuff where it was like my introduction, a little interview on me, and I had never met the girl that was interviewing me, Deshay. And literally, bro, after about maybe like 10, 15 minutes of, we probably talked for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we started filming. By the time that we finished filming, I was like, man, just be you, be unique to the artists that are going to be on this show that we're doing. And she was like, after we got off the camera, she was like, man, I've only known you for the past like 20 minutes that you've been here, but we've only been interacting for about 10. But something about you gives me this energy about like being you and being unique. Like you really are unique. And I was just like, yeah, like when you're yourself, like you are unique. You know what I mean? There's nobody like you. There's, you know, there can be a million people that may look like you. They may try to act like you, but they're not you. You know what I mean? And that's how I try to be, bro. I just try to be myself, bro. Like I don't want to be something that I'm not, because then I'm playing a character and I got to remember to play this character. You know, if I'm just me, myself, bro, like I don't have to worry about anything, because, you know, like,
yeah, man,
me,
authenticity.
Bro, you're gonna know, you know, you're gonna know, like if somebody's playing me a record, bro, I'm not gonna not fake it. Like if you see me make a stank face, it's either because it's a hard ass song or it's a trash ass song, you know. And I don't have a problem telling somebody that, just because, like, you know, I've told some people before, like, bro, I don't like that song, or re-record that, or something, you know. And some people get upset, bro, because they think that everything they do is a masterpiece. Right. But I'm just like, look, man, I'm telling you from my point of view, I don't like it. Yeah. There may be some other people that like it. Yeah. So just take my opinion. Play the song for 5 other people. You know, if 5 people listen to it and 3 tell you that it's trash and 2 tell you it's good, go back and work on it. Yeah. You know, like, I'm not going to tell you like, oh yeah, I can't be a yes man, bro. I just cannot be a yes man, bro.
We got plenty of those in the world. Half the world's a yes man. Like I heard this saying before, like, can't remember who said this. Probably my dad, honestly. But the saying is that real love tells the truth. Like if you really love people, you tell them the truth, right? Like if you actually have love for people, I'm not talking about romantic love. Like if you're just a person that has love for people, you tell them the truth. It's just so rare in this world. Everybody gets their feelings hurt because most people don't tell the truth. So everybody's soft because they've never been told the truth. And then the minute you tell somebody the truth, like that's one thing for anybody that I would say, like, it's helpful to learn, whether you're building a business, whether you're into music or you're an artist or you're listening now and you're trying to build something, is like, you have to be humble. You have to be humble enough to know you're not great until you're great. You'll be great someday. Believe that you're great, but know that it takes time and feedback, and you have to be willing to take feedback, like you said, and be like, all right, this wasn't awesome. Like, but I trust that person to tell me the truth. I'm gonna go fix it. That's how you become great, is you listen to feedback and you get better. If you just start making music this week and think you're the greatest, you're not, I promise. Like, you haven't put any time or work and you haven't taken any feedback. Like, you got to be willing to listen, not let your feelings be hurt, and just take the feedback and be like, I respect you, so I'm going to go get better. I'm going to bring you this fire song next time. Like, that's how it works. It's being humble, man. People don't want to be humble anymore.
Yeah, people are, I think the perception of like the internet and all that stuff too, back to what we were talking about earlier, bro, you know, it affects people not being able to take constructive criticism. Yeah. You know, because it's like, you know, some artists will be like, oh, I recorded this song in 10 minutes. And I was like, I could tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you did. Like, I was on the way over here to the studio, you know, 15 minutes ago, and you said you hadn't started yet, and I just got here and it's already done. Like, amazing. You know, like, hey, go re-record that again, bro. You know, yeah. And some people get mad, bro. Like, bro, some people, matter of fact, bro, some of my friends, they don't even like talking to me sometimes about certain things or problems that they're going through, because I'm gonna break your ass down, bro. Like. But I don't mean it in a bad way, bro. Like, it's
because you love them.
Like I have a friend right now who's going through some relationship things, you know, and she doesn't like talking to me about it, bro, because the past 2 times that we've talked about it in the past like 2 weeks,
you told her the truth.
bro, she started crying and shit, you know, not because of the relationship, because of what I was telling her, you know what I mean? And I was just like, man, look, you're trying to focus on something, and this right here is taking your your attention away from what you're wanting to focus on. So do you really want to be around that? You know, and I got a little more into it, you know what I mean? And shit. But ultimately she's just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you about it. Like, I want somebody to comfort me and somebody to like give me like a fucking virtual hug through the phone, you know? Like, I don't want somebody to fucking beat me over the head with facts. And I'm just like, well, if I was to give you this hug and nurture you and care for you, all you're gonna do is stay stuck in the same situation.
Yeah.
I'm telling you this shit so you can open your eyes and realize, like, you know what? He has a point. Like, I'm trying to focus on my career, but this person is not letting me focus on my career. They're making me focus on them, you know? And then ultimately too, man, like, bro, this whole time that I've been DJing, I've been single because
smart. I'm single too.
I can't not be in a relationship with somebody that has a problem with me DJing or something. You know what I mean? Like, like I tried talking to a girl one time, and
roadblocks,
she was more into like EDM than like hip hop. So she, you know, she didn't really care for some of the gigs that I would be doing, you know what I mean? And was kind of like negative sometimes, you know, and then sometimes like she would expect for me to always be available, you know, which, you know, if you're dating somebody, technically you are, but then you're not like supposed to, you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes she would like call me, you know, like, hey, what are you doing? I'm just like, oh, you know, I'm at the studio. And she's like, you were at the studio last night. And I was like, I know, I'm gonna be at the studio tomorrow. Like, you know, like, we're working on something, you know, like, do you know who Splurge is? From Arlington? Or Sensi Molly?
Yeah, I know Molly.
Okay, so like, bro, like Splurge, Sensi Molly, Lil Brooke, damn, who else was, like, I was in the studio with them, bro, like before they blew up. You know what I'm saying? Before that blue check mark on Instagram.
I think I've seen you with Sensi Molly in this.
Like, bro, I was in the studio with Sensi Molly when she was just recording music, not even putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the studio with Splurge when they wouldn't even let him record, bro, because he was like 14 at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one that was recording at like 4 or 5 in the morning once everybody was done. You know what I'm saying? He was just there in the studio to be there. So it's like, I mean, I don't want to say that I helped with their success, but like, being in the studio with them, I was just like, damn, that's dope. Yeah, keep doing shit.
You're
like
around
that.
Success. Like, being around success breeds success.
Yeah, man. And it's just like, she would be like, you know, I would tell her that, man, these motherfuckers are gonna pop. Just wait on it. Just watch. And there'd be times where I would be like, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna go to the studio because I'm just gonna stay home in case she calls me and she's not doing nothing, so I can go over. She comes over, and then it's just like, do I really want to be with somebody like that? You know?
Nope.
So but that's why I'm single, bro. Like, until I find somebody that pushes me, you know, then I can't give my attention to somebody like that, because I'm giving my attention to my career.
You have to have tunnel vision. Like, I believe in this fully. Like, I'm doing like 6 things, and people are like, how do you have time to do 6 things? I'm like, because I'm single, because I don't have it. Like, I can do a podcast, I have music, I can build a business, I can do all these things and be involved at my church and do all, because I'm single. Because until someone's gonna add value to what I'm doing, then you are gonna be a distraction. And I have tunnel vision, bro. I've had it my whole life. Like, when I want something, it's tunnel vision. Like, I'm looking this way, and if you're coming from this side or this side, like, I can't see you. And that's like, I think what you have too is like this. It's tunnel vision, bro. Just going back to like, how do you become successful? Work hard, be a good person, but you have to have tunnel vision. Like, that's part of working hard, is always working hard. Not focus. Like, I work hard on Thursdays and then like I kick back like Friday, Saturday. Like, nope. Then you don't have tunnel vision. You're not focused. You think you're focused because like it's always coming up, but you're like, you don't focus every day on what you're supposed to be doing. Like, that's what separates the men from the boys. You know what I mean? Like, the people that make it spent years focused, like, not just digging around, like, focused.
Yeah, bro.
That's
like,
what you got.
Like, for example, like, if you look at athletes, right? Like, football season just ended. So right now, all you're seeing these past couple of days is like Tom Brady and all of the Bucs celebrating, you know, hosting up, you know, fucking holding the trophy up here. You know what I mean? Fucking, was it Tom Brady threw the fucking threw some people on another boat and shit? But it's like people don't realize, bro, that Monday through Saturday night, those fucking players are working, bro.
Yep.
Them motherfuckers are, maybe they may have one off day, but or for example, during the off season, bro, you're not obligated to do nothing.
Yep.
But whenever training camp starts, if you show up fucking to training camp out of shape, fat, you know what I mean? You weren't focused. You were fucking off doing some other shit. But
and you'll never be like, great. Those people never become great. They stay average.
And the thing is like people only see you on Sunday. They only see you playing. They only see you win. They only see you hold up that trophy. But they don't see you like in the film room watching film. They don't see you studying your playbook. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you fucking, like I saw, I think it was like a Football Life on Bill Belichick. And it was literally like, they were asking him questions about like, oh, how'd you feel about when you won your first Super Bowl? And he's like, all right. Like Bill Belichick, bro, is like one of those people that if you want to be successful, look into Bill Belichick, bro. Like nothing satisfies that man. Like having 6 Super Bowls didn't do shit to him. You know what I mean? Like he was saying, like, we finished the game. When we got back to if they played an away game, once we got back to the fucking stadium, I didn't go home. I still stayed in the facility and started watching more film. How can I make my team better as the coach? You know what I mean? So it's like it was being an artist or just being anything in general, bro. People only see that final product.
Yep.
They don't see the hard work, the fucking long hours, the fucking, like they say, bro, the blood, sweat, and tears, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The fucking,
the
those
loneliness,
long, cold, depressing nights, bro, where you're just like, fuck, man, like, is this shit worth it? Like, do I, like, bro, there was times where like I wanted to fucking rip my hair out, bro, just because I was like,
sure,
I'm sitting here spending all this money on all this equipment, but I'm not popping yet. Yeah. Like, what the fuck, And it's just like little by little, bro, I just kept going, seeing all those DJs, bro. Like now, man, DJ TZ, like she's one of the dopest female DJs in the city. Like that's my fucking best friend right there. DJ Lucer from 97.9 The Beat, that's my fucking dog, bro. Like that's my homie, bro. It's one of my close friends. Fuck, who else, man? Like just a bunch of people, bro. Like DJ Paparon, that's the homie. He's fucking, everybody knows who DJ Paparon is in the city. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking, man.
That's what happens though. Persistence, like, patience, hard work.
There's just so many DJs in the city, bro, that like I built relationships with, and like some of them have seen me whenever I still was learning, how to transition 2 songs the right way or find ways to, you know what I'm saying? Like when I sucked ass, bro. But now people will see like, oh, they see the flyer of me DJing a concert, but they don't know about those nights where I'm just like, bro, I don't know how I can transition from this song to this song, or you know what I mean? Like, how can I put together the best set for my concert that I'm DJing,
Yeah.
Like people always just see that end product, that final product. People don't realize that there's so much that goes into fucking, being successful in whatever, bro. Like if you have a startup business, bro, like it's gonna take a while before your business is fucking a Fortune 500 company. You know what I mean? Like maybe if you're lucky, you get a good break and then boom, you take off.
But that's not normal. You have to be focused. You have to stay grinding, and you have to know. This is the thing. You have to see. You know this. You have to see it before it happens. Like I'm sure, like you see yourself being successful, like way more than you are now already, huh? And like when you had no success, you could see yourself popping in the city. Now you're popping in the city and you can see yourself doing great things like nationally. You know what I mean? Like you get to go to LA now. Like you have to see it before it happens. Like you have to have a vision. Like people like would just want to be like, I want to be like Future. I'm like, Future's living his own vision. What's your vision? You know what I mean? Like you can't just copycat somebody's vision, then you have no vision. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to see what you're going to be, where you're going to be in 5 years. You got to see what your vision looks like. And then you start making steps towards that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. And then like, also like the thing is too, is like, you have to realize like sometimes people put out those characters to pop. Like Future, I'm not sure. He's like in his like mid 30s, I think.
Who knows?
I believe something like that. Like he's not young, bro. I mean, he's not like in his like 20s, young. I mean,
not at all.
He's like in his probably like mid 30s,
Yeah, at least.
But if you see a picture of Future, bro, he doesn't look old. He doesn't look like he's done all the drugs that he raps about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can't remember, I'm pretty positive I read somewhere that he doesn't really do what he says. Like,
I believe it.
He doesn't, because think about it, bro. Like, if you look at somebody that's been doing that's been, sipping lean, taking Percocets and Xannies and Molly all at the same time for 2 years straight, bro, they're not going to look good.
No.
They're going to look beat up,
Yeah.
And look at Future, bro. Future, like,
it looks great.
He looks good for his age. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah, man.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I realize that.
It's an image. So many people have an image.
And honestly, bro, I think that's why a lot of people die from certain drug overdoses is because they're seeing so-and-so do it or rap about it. And they're like, oh, well, shit, I want to sip lean too. You know, like, I'm not going to lie, bro. The first couple of times that I started sipping lean, like, I would buy the bottle, but I didn't know how much to pour up. You know, like, bro, one of the first times I poured up like a quarter of the fucking bottle and I slept for like 18, 19 hours.
Yeah, man, that stuff is the best sleep drug there is, man. Ever.
And like, whenever I woke up, bro, I was just like, it's fucking Wednesday.
And I was groggy.
I was sipping this shit Monday afternoon. Like, what the fuck? Like,
people don't understand these. Yeah, people just want to hop on the drug train. Like, I did drugs for years, man. And like, I had to go to rehab to get sober. But you know what I mean? Like, you think it's gonna be all fun and games, but like, that stuff will ruin your life, bro. And if you really want something in life, like, don't get mixed up in the drug life. Like, start doing things that progress you forward. Like, but I get it. Like, I was with you, man. Like, I want to try everything. Like, yeah, let's smoke some coke. Yeah, let's pop some Molly. Like, yeah, I love this. But then it's like after a while,
Future's pouring up. I'm gonna pour up too, But
right,
it's like,
but like,
is he really pouring up?
Right, you don't know, and like, it gets murky. Like, if you don't have millions of dollars to make sure you like have somebody checking your pulse, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't live that life. Like, don't try to live somebody else's life. Like, once you start getting mixed up and like trying to live like people, then you just see their image. You try to be like their image. That's a dangerous path to go down. Whether it's drugs or just being a copycat, like. That's not a winning formula.
Bro, I was in the studio one time with an artist and he had an actual bottle of Robitussin, right? And he had himself a Sprite and he had a cup, right? But check this out, bro. The only reason why he had those things was so that he can record the audio of him popping the top on the Robitussin, right? Like, people aren't seeing it, but they're going to hear it on the song, right?
Yeah.
And then like he was doing like, the flicking the lighter and acting like he was smoking, but he wasn't even smoking, bro. He was literally just flicking the lighter and doing the you know. But when you heard the song, it was like, damn, he literally just poured up himself a drink.
Yeah.
And he literally just popped the seal on this fucking bottle, poured himself a fucking deuce and lit up a blunt. But in reality, bro, he had a bottle of Robitussin just so that it could make, the little sound effect when it's in the bottle. And when you pop the top and you break the seal and shit. And it's like, damn, bro, the perception of what people are hearing, but he was sober the whole time. He was drinking water.
It goes back to what you said, bro. Like, be unique. Like, stop trying to be like everybody else. Like, that's not, like, I know that there are lanes in hip hop, like there's trap music and you want to be a lyricist, whatever, but like, be you, like, be your artist. Like, stop trying to be, like you said, I love your slogan. I'm gonna cop a shirt. Send me the link. First of all, I'll cop a shirt. I love that. Like, be you, be unique. Like, you're unique. We're all different. No one's two people are the same. 7 billion. No one's the same. Stop trying to do the same stuff. You want to pop, you want to build a career, work hard and be you. Like,
bro, look at J. Cole.
Look at that guy. He does whatever he wants.
Bro, J. Cole, fucking, what is it? 3 platinum albums with no features.
Yeah,
doesn't rap about drug use. Doesn't fucking,
doesn't
like,
care what you think of him. Like, doesn't post on social media hardly ever. Like, he's just doing whatever he wants. He doesn't care if you're like, oh, you're not on social media. I don't care. I'm doing me. Like, that's why he's winning.
He has one of the biggest fan bases ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he just did an arena tour.
Yeah, bro. Like, he's not. Yeah, he's doing fucking stadiums, bro. Like, he's doing the same type of venues that Beyonce's doing.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And
Being
like, it's
himself.
crazy. And then, you know, okay, so now that I actually brought up Beyonce, I feel like in these past couple of years, Beyonce has dropped her image down
Garbage.
to live up to what everybody is like doing nowadays. You know what I mean?
She let
like
the industry make her now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like she became an industry plant in a sense. Like,
yeah,
you know, like
100%.
that one song where she's like, I forgot, what did she say? She's like, I keep hot sauce in my bag or something. Like, yeah, a lot of people do that, you know, but it's almost like she went from being this big time, you know, billionaire goddess of music and R&B to now she's like another little ratchet female.
Yeah, man. I
You
agree
know,
with
like,
you so much.
Like, and it's crazy to think because I had conversations with people before about that. It's like, bro, she was such a big role model. Now it's kind of like, do I really want Beyonce to be my daughter's role model? Because Beyonce was wearing a fucking like a woman's business suit to a concert. I mean, to an award show. But now when she's performing in a fucking one piece with her ass hanging out, talking about throwing ass. So it's
and
like,
you and I can tell that it's not authentic because like we grew up with Beyonce. We've grown up with these people, and when they switch, we see it, and we're like, dang it, another one switched on us. You know what I mean? Like we could tell. We the people know this. The kids don't know it, but we know because we grew up with you people. And then we see you switch, and we're like, dang, they got another one. The industry got another one. You know, it's sad, man. But that's why people like us have to stay true to ourselves and like make sure, because you have influence, bro. You know that. Like, there's probably kids in your neighborhood that look up to you. There's kids on the scene that are like, I just got to get one record with DJ Uneeq and it's over with. You know, like you have influence, you know, like I'm not a big deal, but like I have people that look to me that I influence, like my family and people that know me. And like, you know what I mean? Like we have a responsibility to stay true and like stay true to being us and being unique to ourselves. And then that role model, being that kind of role model to kids is important because they don't have that. Most people are not authentic, bro. You know this. Most people are not trying to be themselves. So they need people. The world needs people like us. Dallas music scene needs people like you to be like authentic and be like, man, this dude's never switched. He's always been real. He told me when my song sucked, but he showed me love when I was in the crowd. Like he always has been himself. Like this guy ain't faking it. We need people like you, bro. Like I know I'm getting geeked, but I'm like, I feel it in my soul. I'm like, the world needs people that are authentic. The world needs less fake, man. We have too much fake in this world.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, it's crazy to think like that people like, perfect example, bro. That fucking song that Offset did with Cardi. They'll do anything for clout. It's
so
like,
true. So true.
It's just like, man, like, what was it? Was it like last year whenever that girl went viral because she fucking licked the ice cream and put it back in the store, you know, and
dumb.
Then it became a big challenge, like, oh, everybody's gonna go fucking lick ice cream, you know, and they put it back in the freezer in the grocery store. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, do you really want to be influenced by that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you like? Sometimes people, you know, it's funny because now with the whole politics thing, everybody's like, oh, you're a sheep because you're following Trump, or you're a sheep because you're following Joe Biden. But it's like we were saying earlier, bro, it's like, oh, I fuck with Trump because he boosted the economy. And in return, people had more money. People were booking me for events. People had money to spend. So now I'm sitting here when I'm quoting somebody $3,000 for a fucking all-inclusive wedding, they got the $3,000 because Donald Trump boosted the economy. But at the same time, it's fuck Donald Trump because he said fuck Mexicans.
Right.
You know,
it can be both and. You can like something someone does and still be like, but they're kind of an ass. Or I don't mess with them over in this area of their life. You know what I'm saying? Like there's good and bad in everything, like we said. Like it's so funny how everything comes back around. Like we talked for like an hour or something, and like everything comes back. Bro. Everything comes back full circle, man. That's life. Is like you realize life is not as complicated as you think. It's very basic, you know, like be authentic, work hard, like be a good person. Like you said, like see the good in people and call out the bad in people. Like when you start to simplify life and like stop being so extreme and letting the internet tell you what to do, stop being a sheep, think for yourself. Like if you see something good you like about someone that everybody hates, like be like, I don't care. Like I see the good in them. Like be a good person. Like that's the moral of the story.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, Tupac said it best in one of his songs, bro. He says, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I can guarantee you that I'm going to change. I'm going to influence the person that is going to change the world, you know, or those people that are going to change the world. Like, you know, I don't want to be a fucking like a cult leader, you know, even if it's a good cult leader, you know what I'm saying, of positivity. Right. But I'd be cool to know that like I influence somebody to become a positive cult leader. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Like it's cool. Like you said, being an influence, man, is cool, man. Like, and it sucks because like social media and the internet has changed the perception of an influencer. You know, an influencer nowadays is like somebody that has a ton of fucking followers that sells something, but you're not really selling shit. You know what I mean? Like
products.
Yeah, you're selling products. Okay, cool. But what else are you selling? Like, can you sell me some happiness? You know what I'm saying? Can you sell me some game to succeed in life? Like, all you're trying to do is make money off of me to buy the shit that somebody's paying you to promote. So you're making money twice because you're getting paid to promote it. And then I'm sure that once whatever you're promoting hits a certain mark, you're going to get like a bonus or something.
Sure. It's selfish.
So it's like, all you're doing is just posting for yourself. You're not really telling somebody like, hey, go get on your grind, go hustle, go fucking go read a book. You know, you want to learn how to be an electrician? Go to the library and go get a fucking book that has to do with electricity. You know what I'm saying? You want to fucking become a carpenter, bro? Go to fucking Home Depot. You're going to run into at least one person that's going to need help or something. You know what I mean? Like
people are just
like we said earlier, bro, surround yourself with the people that you want to be like, you know, like
100%.
Ain't no point in, you know, if, for example, like if you want to be a rapper, bro, there's no point in hanging out with basketball players. Like,
right.
Jump shots is not gonna make your 16s fire, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like that's why I started hanging out, associating with nothing but DJs for you know a while. It's like, because that's what I am, you know. Then I'm able to progress into just sitting around with producers and engineers and artists because I've learned the game from being a DJ. Now I want to learn about being an artist. Now I want to learn about being a producer because now I have all this information and all this knowledge that I can go to a studio with a random person and maybe not be like a hit, but we can put together some good music because I have an idea of what I can tell you to do or how to do this, you know. And then, you know, it's like, to me, bro, like that's the coolest thing for me, bro. It's like knowing that you had a touch in something, you know, maybe you may not get the credit out there in the world for it, but you know that like,
you know,
you got that credit. That person knows that you know, you did that for them, you know. And like ultimately, bro, like I say, man, it's good for your mental health, bro. Like nobody should have to deal with any type of bad mental health issues. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if you're succeeding and doing your thing, bro, like, tell me one person, bro, that's successful in life that is not happy, right? I'm sure there is. You know, they say money can't buy happiness, but like me, bro, I'm happy right now. I'm not a fucking millionaire, but I'm happy. You know, if I was to get, you know, even higher up in like a value of status, you know, celebrity status and like money, I may not be as happy as I used to be. You know, but the fact that I know what I'm doing, bro, that's what, you know, I'm able to be like, let me kick back. I did this. Let me enjoy my beer or something, you know?
Yeah, man. Happiness is internal, man. It's not the external. You can't buy it. Like, you can't go get it. You have to create it. You know what I mean? You create your own happiness. You don't go buy it somewhere. It's not like, oh, when I have $1 million, like that's literally a number. Like once you have some money, and like I know a lot of people that have money, like they'll tell you, like, once you have some money and you taste some money, you realize like it can get you stuff, but it can't do anything for your insides. Like, you cannot buy happiness, peace, joy, less anxiety. You can't buy that. You got to make it. You got to create it for yourself.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I could go on with you forever and ever. Like we're saying the same things, but I want to bring it home and like wrap it up and ask you like kind of like a last, like not a mission statement, but like a last few like words. Cause I think you dropped a lot of gems that will help people. So like, again, bringing it back around, like we talked about, like, bro, being a good person and working hard will change your life. Like, anybody is listening or watching, you're trying to build something. Like, if you stay focused, work hard, and be a good person, keep doing that. Don't stop. Like, good things will happen. And like Uneeq said, like 2 years ago, he was not where he's at. Now he's DJing for people that are making millions of dollars. Like, the guy is like, he put himself in a position to win by working hard, staying focused and being a good person, and like repeating that over and over. So like my question to you, like last words of people is like, what are some last words of advice you would give to people, anybody that's like trying to build anything, whether it's a rapper or an artist or a business person, like they're just starting, and like what are the things that you learned that you'd be like, yo, if you're just starting out, know this?
Man, honestly, bro, it's just be yourself, you know, be you, you know, and just stay focused, like on figure out what it is that you are wanting, what lane you want to be in, you know, and then just work hard, bro, you know, find ways to get creative, you know, find ways to stand out, you know, and that's all going to be by you being you, you know, because you know yourself the best. So, you know, if you want to be an artist, you know, be an artist of how you're influenced. You know what I mean? Like if you want to be a rapper, but you grew up listening to classical music your whole life, bro, get some classic samples, you know, get some fucking Beethoven in your next trap beat. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, be authentic.
Just be you, man, you know, be creative, you know, and just at the end of the day, you got you. You know, don't expect for anybody to give you anything, because if you go in with the mind state that somebody's gonna see that I'm working and they're gonna do it all for me, that shit's not gonna work, bro, because you get lazy. Like, you just can't be lazy. You gotta work hard, you gotta stay focused, you know, tunnel vision, and just being you, bro. That authenticity is gonna get you so far and shit, bro, because, you know, like I said, I'm not where I want to be, bro, but I know where I'm going. You know, I know where I'm headed. You know, it sucks that the pandemic happened. 2020 fucking put a huge roadblock in my road to success.
Right.
You know, because, man, bro, 2020, bro, I had over 10 gigs booked out of state. You know, so, and I had like 3 out of the country gigs booked. So, you know, but all I can do, bro, is stay focused, you know, and always be on the creative, you know, side, because I went from not being able to DJ anywhere to I set up my garage, bro, as my setup. I put up my lights, set up my speakers, and I would start live streaming, bro. And I was making money off of, you know, I was making more money DJing from my fucking garage during the pandemic than I was at clubs and concerts.
Smart.
Because everybody was in the same state, bro. Everybody's at home, can't do shit, can't go to a club, can't go to a bar. But you can tune into my Facebook or my Instagram or my Twitch, and I'm sitting here giving you the same vibe and energy, you know. And like, bro, I had people telling me that they were having actual watch parties when I would go live.
Really?
You know, so it's like I had to get creative. How can I still be in the scene without being in the scene? You know, I can't DJ in clubs. You know what? I'm gonna DJ in my garage, but I'm gonna live stream it.
Bro,
you know,
I think that's super important. Like, people need to realize, like, the world is not promised. Nothing is promised to you. But like, when the world changes, like, there's always opportunities. Like, you may think it sucks, but like, look for the opportunities. That's exactly what you did, bro. That's super smart, man.
Yeah, man. Like, just, you got to have plan A through Z on what it is that you're doing, you know, because if plan A doesn't work, put plan B in motion. Plan B doesn't work, you may go to plan D, you know, you may go from plan A to plan D to fucking plan H. You know, but you just always got to be able to keep moving,
just
bro.
Don't quit. Yeah.
You can't ever be idle. If you're trying to be successful for yourself, you can't be idle.
That's smart.
You know, if you want to work a 9 to 5 your whole life, and, you know, at the end of the, you know, when you turn, 62, 63, take your 401k and your social security out, that's you. That's cool. Yeah. But if you know that when you turn 55 until the day you die, you want to travel around the world, you better get on your grind, you know, and stay consistent. You know, consistency is also key, bro.
So true.
To wrap it up, man, because I like to talk, bro.
Same.
Is stay consistent, be you, be creative, and never let something bring you down. You know, because you're always gonna have your trials and tribulations. You know, you're always gonna have something that's gonna come up. You know, but you can't let that bring you down. You really have to take that as more fuel to your fire. You know, like, damn, I had this pop up, this little incident come up, and it's preventing me from succeeding today. But you know what? How can I not let that affect? You can't let that affect you, because tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow you got to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then every now and then it's okay to take a little break, you know, get a little rest,
True.
you know, and that's really all I can say, bro, from me to people, you know. It's just stay consistent, work hard, be you, you know, have that tunnel vision, you know, and then every now and then take a little break, you know, because, you know, your body can't function if you're not sleeping or eating, you know. So,
bro,
you know, a break every like 2-3 days, it's okay.
I think you're smart. Those are wise words, man. I think you said it. I'm not gonna even add to that. Those are wise words, man. Like, to anybody listening, like, if you need to repeat that, rewind this 15, 20 seconds or whatever, listen to that again. Listen to what he said again. It's super basic. It's not easy, but it's basic. When you do the basic things, you put yourself on a trajectory towards success. You really do. Uneeq, you're the freaking man, bro. Plug your stuff before we go. Where can we find you? Where can we cop some of the Uneeq shirts? Like, plug it all.
Man, all my social media is the same. It's I am Uneeq Music, IAMUNEEQ MUZIK. It's long as fuck, but I promise once you start typing Uneeq this way, UNEEQ, the way that it's not supposed to be spelled, I'm the only one that's gonna pop up. Like, that's why I'm unique. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one. And for all the merch, man, just hit me up in the DMs. I don't have like a online store right now. And then you can check out DJUneeq.com. I'm about to add my store to the website. The website is really just more like for my DJ stuff. Like, you can see some of the pictures from some events and stuff, booking information. But yeah, man, follow me on social media. If anybody wants some merch, hit me up. If anybody's looking for a DJ for anything, hit me up. I got you. Top quality for whatever you need, from audio, lighting, everything. Yeah, my email is bookuneeq@gmail.com, or info@djuneeq.com, whichever one is easier for you to use. And man, I just want to say thank you, bro. I appreciate you letting me come on, man. Chit chat with you, you know what I'm saying? Talk some good, you know, good talk, you know, not your typical bullshit with the homies, you know, about fucking random things and shit, you know. So I appreciate you, bro, because this was good for me too. You know, being able to talk and get some things out there and just have a conversation about positivity with somebody, bro, is good for me too, man. So I appreciate you, bro.
Ditto. That's what it's all about, man. Is like, life is short, man. Like, we have to be there for other people, and like, there's a time and a place to like jack around, but like, we need more people to like have real conversations that help people. So I appreciate you coming on here and like being legitimate and being authentic. Like, that's what I respect about you a ton, man. And then I'll end it is like, you're super authentic, and like, even in your name, just being unique and being you is so rare, man. Like, don't ever stop that. That's a superpower, bro.
I appreciate it, man. That means a lot, my man. I appreciate that, sir.
Straight up. Well, go get anybody listening, watching, go hit up I am Uneeq, UNEEQ, on all social media. Find my guy, hit him up, get you some Mexican flag slides, go get you some merch, go check out Uneeq anywhere in Dallas, Texas. He's got some shows coming up soon. Go check him out on social media. Until next time, I'm out of here. Uneeq, I'm gonna see you soon, my guy.
Blessings, my man. Thank you, bro.
Later, brother.